Hello everyone, Martin here, back with another Legacy video. Still playing Doomsday. Haven't made a video for a while, so happy to be back playing some Magic. Been having a lot of fun with this list here. I've been trying out some different things involving a more sort of grindy version of Doomsday. As you can see, I've got 3 copies of Uru, Titan of Nature's Wrath, in my main deck, as well as 3 copies of Baleful Strix. For a while, I tried a version that also had like Oko in the main deck, um, but have sort of landed on this version that also runs Days. And so far, I'm on a bit of a tear with the deck. It's like been doing really well in leagues, but I'm not sure how much to read into that. So the idea is that we're able to go to have the Dark Ritual Doomsday Days turn one, you know, amazing opening hands, but we're also able to play like with basics and Astrolabe and Baleful Strix, and Uru just does a lot. And I know that some people don't really like the fact that these snow, like supposed snow cards, are finding their way into every nook and cranny of Legacy. And as I said, I'm still not decided on whether or not this is actually the path I want to take. But Uru does a lot. It not only is it actually just a win condition, but the incidental life gain can really sort of come in handy, as you can imagine, when our plan is to put Doomsday on the stack. So, a few words on the sideboard. The plan is basically to board in these 11 cards, 12 cards, need the red mana, versus Delver, and board out all or nearly all of the Doomsday combo package. I'm kind of light against other combo decks except for Sneak and Show, where the red blasts are also really good. Got the Singleton Force of Negation, was running 2, but then wanted to try something funny, which is to add the Stifle. My main reason for me even starting to think about Stifle was the fact that I got really sucker punched by a lands player that was playing a land from Amonkhet, which names escapes me. It's IPNU and then something. It's a desert, and basically is that it's a desert that lets you tap it a blue and a colorless and sack a desert. It itself being a desert for target player to mill 4 cards. It's really hard to beat. Now that is not a reason in itself, I think, to add Stifle, because I don't think that lands is very widely played, and I don't think that like the variant of lands that actually goes that deep to beat Doomsday is very prevalent. But I will say that I have a very deep rooted both love for and disgust for Stifle, depending on which side of the table I'm on. I really love playing with this card, and I just wanted to try it to see if it actually could do some work in some other matchups. Thinking primarily here about yeah, and you stifle a storm trigger, you stifle the trigger on Thassa's Oracle in the mirror or in like Oops All Spells. Can randomly do some stuff in other matchups, but in all likelihood, it's gonna go out again. So I hate. I don't want to fall for the trope of like saying it's a meme, but something along those lines. Anyways, let us jump into a league here. Oh, it's fast. Alright, we will win the die roll. Let's choose to be on the play. This is acceptable, I think. Kind of meh, but hopefully the brainstorms can salvage this or turn it into something great. One more against the 6. Uh-oh. So opponent leads on Leyline of the Void, which makes me think it's that black Curses deck. That also runs like Leyline, sorry, Helm of Obedience. Maybe I should have led on Underground Sea then in order to at least be able to get to shuffle one card away from this Brainstorm, which I might need to fire off now because that deck runs like main deck Chalice. It also runs Dark Ritual and Opposition Agent, so okay, I'm gonna Brainstorm now. So Uru is kind of bad here because of the ley line. Maybe we should put away a land and Uru. And I guess try and ponder. I really want to hit Force of Will here because I think something bad is going to happen next turn. Okay, that was good. A card I don't think I'm going to fight over is Trinisphere, even though like Trinisphere means that we can't really cantrip and keep open force. But like our deck can operate under a Trinisphere. Oh, Wasteland, okay. Chalice. I think we have to fight over Chalice, sadly. Gonna ditch the Brainstorm here. I almost hope they waste us here to make our days better, the days we're gonna draw here. Gonna play out Tropical to not have our own black source gotten by the by another Wasteland. Guess taking the Ponder is better than a random card. Yeah, gonna shuffle. That was a very good pickup. If we can maneuver this next turn cycle or two. I have Ugin, okay. Thought Nuts here, maybe? Chalice for one. Okay, I would really love to keep hold of this days because I really worry about what's going to happen next turn, but I think we can't really. Hopefully they don't have like Spirit Guide or something. Alright. Well. The Uru actually draws a card post Doomsday, and like in case they drop like a Reality Smasher or something. Okay, so I have to remember Helm of Obedience. Helm of Obedience draws a no, it mills until like it mills for X and stops when you hit a creature or when you put X cards into the graveyard, I think, and then when they have the ley line, cards never go to the graveyard, so they keep milling. Is that how it goes? So does the creature even matter? Like I was just trying to work out if I put a creature in the pile before Thassa. Pretty sure that doesn't work, or it wouldn't be a combo. Like so many creatures in Legacy. Okay, so we just have to hope they don't kill us, I guess. So if they could have more Chalice. So I think we want Cavern of Souls. Obviously, we want the Thassa. So I think either we try and play it safe and draw Force of Will and then Ideas Unbound, but I mean, at that point, I'm not sure, like, that trades a turn for a Force of Will, which doesn't seem like ideal. So I'm trying to, like, in case they actually play, like Chalice for 2, so we can't cast Ideas Unbound. Chalice for 0 means we can't cast this Petal. So this is not a very resilient pile, but yeah, I think it's okay. Let's put Petal and Thassa. Actually, maybe we need to put Thassa on the bottom. No, it's fine. No, Thassa on the bottom. In case we cast Ideas Unbound. But like if they have Chalice for 0 so that we can't cast Thassa as well, because of that we can't make the Petal, that way we don't get Thassa stuck in our hand and then have them Thought Not zeroed out. And again, like I may have way overthought this and they just kill us now in some way, like get out the Helm with a mana or do something else that we can't beat. Transfer here would actually be kind of bad. Karn would be really bad. So Endbringer, so they can ping us for 1. That's all they could do. Okay, so I think that should be fine. So I guess this is Eldrazi with randomly like Helm of Obedience, Leyline of the Void in the main deck. I guess there's no need to show them the cavern, just in case they end up thinking that like Chalice for 2 is like a hard lock, and then they tunnel vision on that. Alright, so we want the Force of Negation and the Abrupt Decays. This seems like big Eldrazi, and while they certainly will have Thought Not Seer, I'm wondering if Fatal Push is worth it. It may sort of be going a bit too deep. So we have Belflestrix to trade with a TKS. So let's maybe not board too heavily here. I guess like the Urus are kind of like they I'm not sure about the whole leyline thing. So I think having 2 Urus is okay in case they get their leyline. And yeah, boarding out Juressus because that kind of interaction is a little bit lackluster, especially on the draw. Against a Chalice of the Void deck that's also predominantly creature based. This is a fine hand because while it does not want Chalice on 1, it does have Decay to answer it. And they mulligan to 6. I guess they're going for their Leyline Helm combo. I mean, I haven't seen Helm of Obedience, and they didn't find the Leyline here. Okay, Eldrazi Temple. And so they showed us Wasteland as well. So I think fetching basics and getting Astrolabe out seems pretty good. They could have Karn, which speaks against Astrolabe, but we have Dark Ritual to cast Doomsday. I'm going to play out the Petal just to get it out from under a Chalice in case. And also to maybe do something with the Uru next turn, if we should feel like that. I guess Uru is not very happy to be facing Endbringer, but is pretty okay with the rest of their threats. I don't mind brainstorming here. There is a Doomsday. So they could have like a Warping Whale. And they could have Mindbreak Trap. Both of those cards would sort of be kind of brutal here. And I'm not really liking that they're not doing anything. They have Chalice of the Void mana, which means they don't have Chalice of the Void. They're 1 mana away from casting Thought Not Seer, so you're gonna have to assume that's gonna come down next turn. So maybe we put back Arkham's Astrolabe and ponder. And I think we go for it. Let's get the basic swamp. Alright, looks like they have sixth. So we could ponder. Oh, okay, never mind. They concede. Alright. Well, that was quick. Alright. Round number 2. Lost the die roll. I think this is a keep. Little. Yeah, that's a fine hand. We died at turn 1 shenanigans, and we are kind of vulnerable to Wasteland, but yeah, let's see. Island Go, or snow-covered Island Go. Could be a number of things here. I don't think Delver very often just goes land go unless they're on like Stifle. Usually they have like their Delver or their their turn 1 Ponder or something. So I guess it could be like Snoko. Regardless, I don't think. I mean, this is going to be really bad for us if we shuffle this away and then get wastelanded. But you know, consistent with me thinking it's not Delver, I don't think a lot of other snow-covered island decks play wasteland. But yeah, we'll see. Land go again. So it makes me think it's probably combo though. And well, we drew the Doomsday, but we don't really have the protection, only the days. So I guess I'm gonna dig here. Whoa. Right, okay. Wow, this hand is suddenly not looking too hot. Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put back a Doomsday and a Duress. Because what I want to do is next turn I want to Duress and then Doomsday. The problem with Duressing right now is that it's pretty obvious they have like a Brainstorm or something. So they could just hide their force and we would have to pass. So I think while this delays casting Doomsday by a turn, I think it's fine. But this is a little bit scary. There is a chance we just die now to, like, they could be Storm, they could be Doomsday, I guess. Volcanic makes me think it's not Storm. Also glad that they ponder now. It makes it so that we don't have to fear some like nasty 3-drop. Although we do have the days for that, but like it would be kind of annoying if they had like Hull Breacher and yeah, I don't know, something else. All right, so something tells me we may have to just get patient here because something tells me they were going to have more than one answer here and aren't going to tap out, but we'll see. Oh, it is. Yikes! It is sneak and show. All right, so So how about this? No, okay, so we know the next card we're gonna draw is a Doomsday. So if we take their one Force of Will here and then pass the turn, they cast sneak attack and we daze, they force, then they have a sneak attack. And then we untap, we draw a third copy of Doomsday, and we lose. Because while we could go, no, I think we just flat out lose. We can cast the Baleful Strix after Doomsday off Cavern to draw a card, but we won't have a blue card to, yeah, no, so that's not gonna, I think we have to take the sneak attack, sadly. And this leaves us in a pretty bad spot. In fact, I'm going to cast this naming bird to cycle through that last awkward third Doomsday we drew. And I feel pretty sure that they are gonna find a show and tell before we. I guess we could, if we find a black source, we can just start like, or regardless, we just start like casting Doomsdays. But they have 7 copies of action to find. Well, so they didn't find it on this draw step. Maybe they found like a second copy, like a another blue card. All right, tell you what, I actually like this a lot. So I'm gonna Arkham's Astrolabe here, and I'm just gonna start jamming Doomsdays, I think, because we need them to burn their resources, and it's pretty much an arms race right now, and we happen to have, like, randomly have 3 Doomsdays. Okay. What? Oh my, they got Brainstorm locked. They're just showing us their hand. Wow, okay. I mean, sometimes you just get lucky, I guess. All right, so we want the red elemental blast, power blast stuff, and we want force of negation. I don't think we want stifle. I don't think it really does anything in this matchup. Like stifling a draw 7 from Gristlebrand means that Gristlebrand is in play, and they're not reanimators. So for them to be low enough where they can only draw 7, I don't know. No stifle. So these 5, and I guess usually I board out LED because this is not a matchup where you want to like YOLO. They probably have like pyroblast and stuff, so you want to go off and win through cavern most of the time. And then we have the creatures that are sort of not very exciting, at least on a surface level. So I think some of them will have to go. I mean, having said that, we board in on some controlling elements here, and just being like draw go, amassing counter spells, then Uru can be sort of the mirror breaker, so to speak, in that scenario. It was nice having Baleful Strix. I was thinking to myself, we have if Doomsday were to resolve, it's nice to have a resolved Baleful Strix because it means that the Gristlebrand in their hand is never gonna just kill us like in one turn. Mm. So maybe we board out like this, keep into Uru. You could also shave a land, actually, considering we're bringing in a land. I think we might want to shave a land here and then bring back Baleful Strix. Even though, I mean, at this point, Baleful Strix just cycles and pitches the Force of Will, but it's probably better than the 18th land. I mean, I'm not gonna ship this. They keep 7 as well. So the question is, do we want to fetch Volcanic to have like mana for a red blast? Because I think we want to ponder on turn 1. And we also, there's a tension here because we also want to go like be able to cast Doomsday as quickly as possible. I think we go ponder in order to maximize our brainstorm and not like go for the fast Doomsday. Ooh, that was very good. So let's just stack them like this. I don't envision them playing a creature next turn and that would matter. That could get through a days anyways. They have that I forget the name of it. It's like a semi-new card or newish kind of card that lets you like draw a card and discard a card or something, and then if you discard a creature, then it becomes a copy of that. Something like that. That these decks sometimes play, which we could enforce with Force of Negation. I'm not sure that would ever really get to be the breaking point. So basically, now I think we just have to, and they shuffle. We have to hope they don't like draw. What's it called? The or have like the Beseju, the the God Tree or whatever. But I think regular sneak and show, if that is what this is, maybe don't really play more than one, but possibly zero copies of that card. Wow, they're digging, huh? Okay, so the next card we're going to draw is a land, so I think maybe we ought to shuffle. Unless we want that land instead of the swamp and get to brainstorm and... Okay, so... So we're going to force here. And we're going to pitch days. Okay, so that happened. I think I am going to fetch here, fetch Volcanic. Oof, we drew a Pyroblast. So I think we just say go. Yep. I think we just say go, honestly. They have sneak attack. I don't know. So I kind of like maybe I ought to brainstorm here, but it risks us not hitting another blue card and then them being able to like. Okay, never mind. That was pretty good. So how about if we go... We put back Force and Edge of Autumn. Okay. Tell you what, this is what we're going to do. We're going to daze twice. Second time we're going to bounce Trop. And then we're going to untap. We're going to draw Edge of Autumn here. We're going to cast Doomsday. And so they could have like land sneak attack and then kill us. They could also not have land but have sneak attack and kill us, or at least get sneak attack into play. So what I'm proposing here is putting a Pyroblast on top in case they have another show and tell, and also to protect, like, like against the force of will on our Ideas Unbound, I guess, which is the going to be the card further down. It's not foolproof by any means. We have exhausted 3 of their 8 business spells, like 2 show and tells and a sneak attack. If they have a second sneak attack, it's going to be trouble. But they still need to also have like a land. So maybe we don't need the pedal. Let's see. No, we do need the pedal because we can't play Cavern and Trop, and we need to be able to cast tap Volcanic on our own turn. So yeah, this is fine. So, question is if we do it now, like if we cycle it now in case they have something annoying like a Hull Breacher. If they have Hull Breacher, they're not like sneak attacking and Hull Breacher. I think it's fine waiting. Okay, they have second sneak attack. Oh, well, we have to hope they don't have land. Looks like they don't. All right, cool. Looks like they have F6. Good deal. All right, 2 for 2. Let's see if we can keep that going. All right, back for round number 3 here. So this hand is definitely a non-combo centric hand, and being on the draw feels really slow, but I don't hate it. So let's maybe give it a try here. Oh. That's a fairly ominous start from our opponent. Yeah. Okay. I guess that means we're dead. Yep. This is the Oops All Spells deck. So they had a Spirit Guide to activate the Undercity Informer. And I think this means we're dead, but I don't know if there's some way where they have like Bridge from Below and Dread Return and Thassa's Oracle in their hand or something. Okay, so it looks like Thassa's Oracle. No, there it is. There's Thassa's Oracle. Where's the Dread? There's the Dread Return, and there are the Narcomoebas. How many Cabal therapies? 2 Cabal therapies. Wonder if that means they have one in their hand. I guess it doesn't matter that much. 4 Pact of Negation, 4 Summoner's Pact. Okay. Well, so yeah, in case you don't know how this works, so everything here, this is their exile zone right now, or temporary zone. It goes into their graveyard. It gets milled. It triggers their Narcomoebas. So, and they have Bridge. I don't see a Bridge from Below. So, I guess, does that mean it's, maybe I'm missing it, or it's in their hand? Okay, I'm just gonna let this go for like, they get 3 Narcomoebas, so they can just Dread Return targeting Thassa's Oracle, which I think is their only play, because there isn't a Bridge in the graveyard. I guess maybe they could therapy once, binning a Bridge, then therapy again. They have like 2 bridges. Having only 1 bridge seems a little bit weird. Yeah, so they just went for it. Dang. Okay, well, we can't beat that. So, there was a Doomsday. Yeah, alright. Never mind. So, Force of Negation is good. It's not amazing because their combo pieces are creatures, but we can counter like a Dark Ritual or like Summoner's Pact or something. Stifle is theoretically good, but the chances that they would go off and then put Dread Return on the stack without like having therapy us a few times seems a little bit unlikely. But yeah, it's better than nothing, I guess. I don't think anything else really does anything. Um, and here, like our creatures is like it's a pretty bad plan. Let's be honest. I think the Urus maybe edge the Belphostrixes. Well, the Belphostrix cycles a turn earlier, but like hopefully we can get them to like we can counter their whole big turn one thing, and then the game goes on for like several turns, and then we get Uru in and rebuild. But I don't know. No, we can't keep that. We can keep this, even though it's pretty fucking bad. Sorry. Can we though? What happens if we just never draw land? But going down to 5. Ugh, I'm gonna mulligan. I'm gonna regret this, aren't I? Yep. Well, there were. Oh, yeah. No, there's a force, but no lands. They go down to 4 as well, or 5. I I don't know. I mean, I guess I'm gonna mulligan this. And I'm going to keep these 4 ridiculous cards, and I'm gonna brainstorm on turn 1 to hope to find like my Tormod script. Um, I don't know. Not sure if I should have kept one of the other hands. Seems not the best, you know. Okay, and they keep 5, so I'm gonna put back a Thassa and a Uru and another Uru, or is it? It's probably Astrolabe because Uru can theoretically, like, it pitches to Force of Will. This feels so bad. Okay, I mean, if this had been Force of Will, I would be a little bit happier. And the fact that we're like Brainstorm Lock for 2 turns doesn't fill me with like glee. Basically, I think we've lost here because think about it. We can't counter their last card. Oh wait, they're passing. Oh no, I feel even worse now. I'll play out this battle. Seven cards. Surely they have what it takes. Okay, so there's the land. It comes in, they put it into play tapped. Super interesting. I really wish I had saved my brainstorm. Oh well. Okay. Okay, so now it's go time. I really do believe I have to do this. They could have Pact of Negation. In which case they get us. Okay, so they get they get their Cabal Ritual. So I guess this we can just walk them out the door here because the Pact of Negation means they have to have the win now. Yep. Okay, we can just see what they brought in for funsies. I am not seeing anything really. Maybe they just, this is their main deck. Anyways, so we're out. And that was that. All right, round number 4. On the draw, can't keep this. Opponent mulligans. Oh yeah, hubba hubba. I think we bottomed the LED here. Once upon a time. Be elves or depths? Well, none the wiser here. So, we draw the Thassa's Oracle. Potentially slightly awkward. So what I think I'm going to do is, this is a little bit awkward because we only have one cycler, which is in our hand, so we can't build like a brainstorm pile. And if they have Wasteland, this is my concern, we can't build an Ideas Unbound pile. Now, Reclaimer can't get Wasteland. I mean, they could, but it would come into play tapped. So if we think Wasteland is in their 4 cards they have in hand, or the 5th that's on top of their library, then it's a problem. They could be elves. Some elves lists play Reclaimer. They could be depths. Although, do they run basic forest? This is a little bit annoying. But alright, so for argument's sake, let's say that we put in a polluted delta. No, that doesn't work. Alright, let's just say basic island, Ideas Unbound. And then, like, we have the Thassa, so we just need, like, Petal. And then we can even put in, like, an additional something or other. I guess we can make it an astrolabe in case we end up getting wasted. So that's how would that work? We would put Petal on the bottom, another Petal, then astrolabe, then Ideas Unbound, and Snow-Covered Island. I think that's fine. I know this is like borderline famous last wordsy, but you know, we have force. So I mean, maybe not a lot could go too wrong, but yeah. Okay, so no wasteland. Not sure what this is though. Doesn't seem like elves would ever, you know, play out like this. All right, well, that was pretty uneventful. I feel like I probably need like a couple of abrupt decays, even though I think most lands decks are eschewing like sphere resistance and stuff like that. So if it is like a Dark Depths lands kind of deck, maybe Force of Negation is decent. I don't think Uru is particularly good in those matchups. Maybe we want the Stifle. Actually, maybe Uru is better than Duress. Yeah, I think I like 2 Uru, fine. I don't like Duress. All right. Can't really complain about this hand, I don't think. Opponent kept 7 as well. If we could draw like a blue pitch card, then obviously that would be great. Oh, it's 12 posts. Okay. Okay, so gonna just go for it here. Um, so I think we put snow-covered forest, and then like blue card, an edge of autumn, Thassa's Oracle, Cavern of Souls. We draw a card for our draw step. We draw a card off Arkham's Astrolabe. We draw a card off Cavern of Souls. Oh, sorry, Edge of Autumn. It's passing quite a few times, but we will have the protection. Mind you, this is banking on us being able to resolve Arkham's Astrolabe and keeping it around. If they were to go like turn 2 Trinisphere, it'd be pretty disastrous with this setup here. But I don't. That probably won't happen. So Cavern, Thassa, Edge. So the plan here is if they were to go like Chalice for 1, then we will have to take a turn off, casting Abrupt Decay. If they don't, we will tap. We'll draw the basic forest, tap it for Arkham's Astrolabe. Okay, Expedition Map. Cool. So I wonder if I'm actually supposed to take the turn off, decaying that. But probably not. Oh, actually, yeah, maybe I am. Tell you what, we are going to do that. This stops them from like ramping into like another post and like Eye of Ugin kind of thing. I mean, hopefully it does. Okay, so now they have 6 mana. Tell you what, why don't we just go for it here? Oh no, never mind. We can't. We can't. We can only make 1 blue mana. Yep. No, we have to wait 1 more turn. Hopefully not die. Yeah, I think. I honestly think that 12 posts has to be Doomsday's best matchup. I think the fact they're just like they need this amount of time before anything can happen is just so much at odds with what we're doing. But I can see them being incredibly good against like other matchups, like snow in particular. All right, 3-1. Let's see if we can make it a really nice 4-1 or an acceptable, I suppose, 3-2. I'll be right back. All right, last round on the draw. I'm kind of hoping to get like a quote unquote fair deck. I feel like I've not really been able to show off that side of this deck, and we've had some like really lopsided or at least quickly getting out of hand matchups in both directions. I think I have to mulligan this hand. I think 4 lands with this little sort of stuff, like the ideas on bound 2 is like not very good. I mean, unless we are up against like actual Delver of Secrets, in which case I think this is probably a pretty like an okay hand, but no. I think I'm gonna mulligan. And punished, no lands, mulligan to 5. Guess I'll keep this. Bottom Thassa, bottom Strix. Hope to ponder into Doomsday, basically. Opponent has kept 7. Another Once Upon a Time deck. Ancient Tomb. Okay. Ancient Tomb Mox Diamond. This doesn't bode well for our 5-card hand with 2 critical 1-drops. Oh, okay, it's this deck. It's like Dryad Stompy or whatever. So this deck wins with Valakut, I think. Would be kind of surprised if they don't have Wasteland, but I could be wrong. But let's oh. Well, I mean, okay, so this is by no means a guaranteed win, considering that they have this part of their combo, but they still need to find like Valakut, I guess, some way to tutor up lands, which they probably have a ton of in crop rotation and Elvish Reclaimer or whatever it's called. Okay, Chalice for 1. Okay, so I'm not gonna lie, that is a problem, but a problem we can't really do anything about. Okay. And I forgot what was underneath the Strix. I think it was a land, because now we need black producing lands. So I hope I'm not wrong. Is it a fetch land? Yeah. Alright, well. So the chances that this Daze is going to do anything seem pretty low. Okay, decay on the Strix. I mean, I can live with that. Force of Will, no. Okay. Right, so we take 2, go to 13, fetch twice, go to 11, Doomsday down to 5, take 2 from Elysian thingy here. Oh no. Well, alright. Scratch that. Maybe we can draw like a Lotus Petal. Okay, that's fine. You know what? Uru wouldn't be half bad here. So beat down into 11, fetch down to 9, Doomsday down to 4. Okay, So they smell what's up, maybe? Alright. That was fine. No, are you kidding me? That was terrible. Oh my goodness. I think that just lost us the game drawing that swamp. We have, we don't have, like, we have one underground sea in the deck to fetch that makes black mana. That is really unfortunate. Okay, well, we'll pass. If we can, like, hit Uru on our next draw step without, I mean, we're all sort of living on borrowed time anyways, because as soon as they draw Valakut, then it's going to go nuts. Okay, so let's see here. We fetch down to 8, cast Doomsday down to 4, get beaten down to 1. No, down at 2. Then we can draw Uru, fetch a forest that we put in the deck. Go back up to, yeah, I don't know. I mean, we don't really have any options here. So we want Thassa, we want Cavern, we want basic forest, we want probably Uru, probably another Uru. So how does this work? We draw Uru, we fetch forest, we draw one of Cavern, Thassa over second Uru. Is there even a world where we're able to, like, get back Uru? No, right, because we don't have second green. And we aren't getting it. Yeah, no. I think this is fine. Yeah. We aren't really even able to get set, like, guaranteed get to second Uru. Because the fetch line will shuffle. So down to 2, fetch down to 1, Uru up to 4. Then we basically have to, like, draw second Uru. Also, you'd have to think that they have an Abrupt Decay in hand, because what else are they sort of not playing out? Because they could not be playing out lands in case, like, they want to nuke us once they hit Valakut. Okay. All right, so last two cards are Uru and Cavern. Well, there's Field of the Dead. If we draw Uru here, I think we win. If we draw Cavern, I think we lose because I think they have removal. But we draw Uru. Sweet. All right, let's see if I'm right. Let's name Merfolk. Yep, chalice triggers. Sweet. Wow. Was not expecting to pull that one out. All right, cool. I think we need to get lucky on that 50-50. Well, I guess like we needed for Uro not to be the bottom card. The second Uro, I mean. Okay, so we definitely want the Abrupt Decays. We may want Fatal Pushes, I'm not sure. Didn't see any other creatures, but I think it would stand to reason that they could have like some creatures. They are Chalice deck, so maybe not Elvish Reclaimer. I'm not sure. Okay, let's I don't know. What's worse, Baleful Strix or Duress? Guess Baleful Strix pitches to Force. We also want the Force of Negation. Yeah, I think I'm gonna try this. And hang on, was that on a mulligan to 5? Wow, nuts. I'm gonna keep here because this hand actually plays around Chalice for 1 pretty well. It like goes turn 2 Doomsday, but let's see. Scavenging Ooze, okay. Fool me once and all that. Okay, so now we have to decide whether or not we play out this Ponder here and risk a Wasteland. I think honestly we don't because we kind of have what we want in our hand already. Ancient Tomb, eh? They have their own Uro. Okay. I think that's fine. They do have a Wasteland. Okay. Right, okay. Let's fetch basic swamp here. Let's get, I guess, Underground Sea. And cast Doomsday. So they are going for sure to waste our Underground Sea here. Let's how about we draw Force of Will and then we fetch with Polluted Delta and we get like say basic island and then we cast Baleful Strix. So now we've drawn Force of Will for the turn. We've cycled Baleful Strix, drawing drawing what? What Snow-Covered Forest. And then we untap. No, we can't do that. So let's say we draw. I think maybe Snow-Covered Island isn't an option. Maybe it needs to be like tropical that we fetch for. I mean, then like Petal, Thassa, Cavern. So this way we only really have Uru and Baleful Strix to draw us into the pile. So we will need the first draw step, then the Strix, the second draw step, then Uru, then a third draw step. Seems like a lot of draw steps, to be honest. So what are they doing over there once we have Force of Will and the Strix to jump and Aurora to gain us life? The pedal is sort of the safety card here, right? Because if they go Wasteland and find, they need to find like two more Wastelands for this pedal to become necessary. So maybe we make this pedal like Edge of Autumn. Yeah, I think so. We risk losing to like triple Wasteland. Hmm. 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 All right, let's go. Let's hope nothing disastrous happens this turn. Well, there's the second Wasteland. Oh no. I guess we can play out Delta and just not fetch. Right. Okay, that was kind of the card I was hoping to actually. Oh, they have. Okay, never mind. Yeah, that was the card I was hoping to dodge or to have Force of Will for, I guess. Okay, so we take 3, go to 8. Oh, sorry, go to 5. So yeah, I think we do it this way because we want the Belfast Strix in play here. We draw a card, and so hmm, yeah, no, never mind. I think that we lose here now if they just attack with both creatures. Oh yes, they're tapping their Wasteland. That was a really big mistake on their part. So we jump here, take 2. And I think we draw, yeah. I think this next card has to be Thassa, right? Yep. Well, I think we got a bit lucky there that they that they tapped out. Sweet. All right. Well, I mean, we got a 4-1. Can't complain about that. All right. I want to thank you for watching. It was fun to play a league, and I will be back with some more Legacy. Bye bye.